yesterday had some of the most entertaining games of football we've had for quite a while on the channel, particularly that 7-goal thriller against Manchester City. If you haven't seen it, then do check the channel page for it. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell hit so that you don't miss a future video. Even if you are subscribed and you saw yesterday's video, do make sure you have that notification bell ticked. Drop this video a like as well if you go on to enjoy. We'll be finishing the month of December today and heading into the month of January, where things are already quite busy, and we'll get busier still with an FA Cup draw yet to be done. With Bristol City to start at home, which I'll sim. Then we'll be playing Leicester, Sheffield United and Everton as we push into January. But as you can see, midweek game here, midweek game there, midweek game there, midweek game there. FA Cup will probably come here. Then actually we get a decent gap between West Ham and United. Then midweek game there, probably an FA Cup game there, and another midweek game there. It's going to be testing, to say the least. But hopefully these are tests that we can pass. Tests that we struggled with last year, but we have further improved the side since then. So I'd like to think they're tests that we'll overcome this time around. Abdoulaye Doucouré on the score sheet against Bristol City. We should win this. Cunha makes it 2-0, and I'd like to say that will solidify victory for us. I don't see Bristol City coming back from 2 goals down, especially 3 goals down. Mateus Cunha picks up his second, now third. That'll be 3 points to start the episode. We couldn't have started off better. Unless, of course, we get a 4th goal, which we have. Mateus Cunha has a hat-trick. We could start off better. A 4-0 win, and that puts us, or keeps us, second as Everton maintain their attack on us. Level on points, only goal difference ahead as things stand. And it's very close. We needed that 3-0 win to stay 3 goals ahead of them. And in fact, if we'd have drawn it 0-0, our goal difference would have matched, but we wouldn't have had enough points. Still 6 by Liverpool, who have still only lost to us and won every single other game they've played so far this season. Snore. So we're going to have to do pretty... They've just lost the game. Typical. They've just lost the game. Who did they lose to? Southampton beat Arsenal 6-0. Jesus. Arsenal! By a fucking goalkeeper! My God. They lost to Everton by a 0-0. It was the Merseyside derby, and Everton have closed into within 3 points of their local rivals with a win. Wow. We can close to within 3 points of Everton's local rivals with a win here as well. And hopefully, we'll be able to do that. Leicester's 11, Danny Ward in goal for them. James Justin, German Conti, Panagiotis, Retsos and Ben Chilwell. Zubeldia, Chowdhury and Tielemans with Perez, Sanabria and Lang. It's a familiar looking Leicester side for the save, although a couple of changes in defence. Thomas Muller on the bench, I just noticed there as well. That's intriguing. He must be in his early 30s now. Not sure how good he'll still be in the save. Not sure how good Leicester will be. Let's go find out. It's going to drop for Tyler Adams here. Saint-Maximin, Tyler Roberts. Oh, it's really good football. And can we find someone in the middle? No, Ben Chilwell in the way. Good block by Chilwell. Saint-Maximin will deliver. It's not the worst delivery in the world, and the keeper came for it and didn't get a convincing punch, but somehow, it luckily for him, fell straight to Tony Sanabria, who was waiting for it on the edge of the 6-yard box amongst a couple of Leeds players ready to just turn that home. Ozzy Perez gets that acrobatically into Sanabria, and this move could start and end with the Italian. Here's Ozzy Perez. Chowdhury with a few step-overs. Zubeldia, Chowdhury, Justin, and if Tomori hadn't been in the way, the move would have started and ended with Tony Sanabria. Perez is a bit flamboyant in the way that he's playing the ball about, but it's working well here for Leicester, and he's ducked inside. Again, Tomori in the way, and we'll get rid of it, thankfully, finally. No, we won't, because James Justin's going to intercept that ball, despite the fact that he shouldn't have gotten anywhere near it. Ben White with a clearance, only as far as Yuri Tielemans. Chowdhury. No, not again, Yuri. Ben, get rid. Alan, get... Whoa, I asked for a clue. It didn't even register. It didn't even register the clearance. Ben White in the way of that. I told Saint-Maximin to just punt that away, and it didn't even register anything from him. Oh, and breathe. Jeeps, that was dangerous and frustrating as well. All I'm looking over the top for Marlon, and he's found him well. Can he shake off James Justin? No, he can't. Frustrating opening half an hour here. Can't really seem to threaten their goal. And can't really seem to get myself in order defensively either. Chowdhury. Tielemans to Chowdhury again. Lang given away. Tomori, well, actually, it was a long way forward to make that interception. Not necessarily holding on to his defensive positioning. Tyler Roberts will look to get around the outside of Conte here, but he's holding on to me well. 1-2 with Orlan. He could go again, the big Norwegian. And we'll try and let fly from the edge of the box. He gets caught as he's taking the shot. And that sums up my attacking abilities in this game. Yesterday, I couldn't stop scoring. Today, I can't even get started. Yuri Tielemans could go down the line and has done to Jose Perez. Malacia is the one player that's struggling for fitness on this occasion. We'll probably take him off at half-time for Yusuf Atal. Bring Atal on at left-back and hope that he can do a job for me pushing forward as well as defensively. Here's Zubeldia, Sanabria, Tielemans finds Sanabria again. Tomori is trying to get in the way. Jose Perez digs that out, but Hakimi will head away. Is there time for a counter? No, I don't think there is, and indeed there is not. 0-0 at the break, and this is tough to Justin. Hakimi switched to left back, and actually I brought on Jamie Shackleton at right back. So he was the one that had the better stamina, and we know he could do a job at right back because he's done it before. And with the busy schedule at the minute, I'm having to pick players based on. Oh, it's a lovely ball. Oh, he's offside at least. Jamie took that out of his keeper's hands there and would have offered them a chance from the corner. I'm having to pick players and substitute players based on stamina at the minute over ability, although thanks to our strength of squad now, ability isn't too much of a problem. We know we have ability regardless of who we call upon, so just picking players on stamina is an okay thing to do, and Tyler Roberts should and does give us a 1-0 lead here 10 minutes into the second half. That's been a long time coming, and actually it's the first real chance we've had all game. Potentially, you'd say, against the run of play. Orlan getting the assist on this occasion, and Tyler Roberts just settled himself before slotting it home. That's a nice ball over the top, looking for Jose Perez. Let's have Chelsea next. We've them coming up in January after we beat them in all fairness, a simulated game in the Carabao Cup in yesterday's episode. We know we can beat them. At least. Let's see if we can't beat Leicester and finish them off. Trying to replicate his goal from yesterday. Nowhere near as emphatic a finish as it was flying top corner in the last episode. Straight down the throat of the keeper. Oh, Renato Sanchez has been quiet actually in this game, but had I been able to find him there, he might have killed the game off at 2-0. Zubeldia, it's a lovely slotted ball through to Noah Lang. And my defensive line is a little bit stretched at the minute, and Chilwell's in behind. An early ball, though, should be picked off by Hakimi. He's battling hard with Lang. Oh, what a save. Anywhere will do for Tomori. Stefan Engel, thank you, mate. Zubeldia going off, and Leicester make the change. 15 minutes to go. It's Dennis Praet that's come on for them. He scored a cracking goal against me as well, actually, I recall. Dennis Praet for Leicester. Maybe it was 2-0 in that game I was recalling earlier from when Tielemans scored the cracker. I genuinely can't remember the score lines in these games. All I remember is the quality of the goals. Just you end up playing, as a career mode YouTuber, I'm sure you guys as career mode players yourselves, you end up playing so many different saves with so many different teams over so many different years and iterations of FIFA and so many different saves that everything starts to blur into everything else from time to time, unless certain massively individual things happen, like the first season at Southampton on FIFA 18, or the second season here at Leeds in our first season at Premier League level. Actually, we spent 2 years at Championship level, didn't we, in this save? Even that I can't recall properly. Away, please, for Kayo. I can't. Did we finish 8th in the... I think we finished 8th, didn't we, in the Championship first season? Didn't actually make it to the Prem until season 3. Oh, Jesus, I can't remember. My brain is fried. Playing so many different saves and promotions and relegations and playoffs and not playoffs and transfers in this save and transfers in that save and goals from this save and goals from that save. You guys do better than I do at remembering, but my ME doesn't necessarily help with my memory, nor does the fact that I'm in my early 30s now, and occasionally my brain lets me down. Alan Saint-Maximin can hopefully not let us down here, though, and we might, maybe even, through Donyell Marlon, get ourselves... Oh, another goal! Danny Ward will be disappointed to have conceded, but the last kick of the game is another one for our Dutch forward. I was going to say winger, but he's both a winger and a striker. And he's been scoring really well, actually, the past couple of games, Daniel Marlon. Another for him here. A second for us, and that certainly will be game over now. A 2-0 win against Leicester. We will stay second in the Premier League and will close to within 3 points of Liverpool at the top. Looking tasty for a title fight, perhaps, rather than just the top 4. Let's see if we can get a win in the next game against Sheffield United midweek. Our unbeaten streak continues to 15 games now. Never in doubt against Leicester. Well, it definitely was in that first half. We could have scored more, but unfortunately didn't quite have it in us today. All I is saying thank you for the continual first team football, but you're more than welcome. Right, Leicester done and dusted. Sheffield United next in my crosshairs. Verrett's in goal for Sheffield United. Baldock, Lloris, Chindris, Hanlon and Ben Osborne at left back. Schmid, Koan Olau, Lai even. Oh, Jesus. Callum Robinson and Lis Mousset up top still. It's Gonzalez rounding out the midfield for them. As I don't think, other than Callum Robinson, there's any other recognisable Sheffield United players in there. Oh, a lot of change for them, just as there's been a lot of change for me. A Yorkshire derby, South at home, West away. Let's see what we can do. Try not to let the fans down. Baldock over the top, looking for Callum Robinson. And a decent delivery in, and Calvin Phillips heads that behind. Playing with the rotated 11. And actually, for the first time, starting that young goalkeeper we signed on a free, the free agent in the last episode, Castro. 6'4", 3-star, 3-star. He has reflexes of 74, positioning 74, diving of 83, kicking of 80, and handling of 78. But with his morale heading into this game, all of those are actually up by 5. So, really hoping that he can have a good game here. I have changed all of the other youngsters' kits to untucked and given them boots. I haven't yet done that for this goalkeeper, but I will do after we've played this game, because I remember to do it for the other youngsters in yesterday's episode, and then we signed this guy and I forgot to do him after that. So I will do it, and we'll try and... I just delayed slightly in sending the ball through for the man running ahead of me. It was Mateus Cunha. Phillips to Atal, and it's Jamie Shackleton on the move. Last time I played with him in this cam role, he scored a banging hat-trick in Europe. We'll see if we can do something similar with him in this game. Even just one goal would be enough, I think, for Jamie Shackleton. Taken the captain's armband on previous occasions in that role. Oh, but that was a poor pass from me with Mateus Cunha. And after 12 minutes, I'm going to have to be better if we're to get through this Sheffield United backline. Atal forward there to Doucouré. Out wide to Mateus Cunha. And this could be the moment we've been waiting for. If Doucouré would actually register the fact that he'd been past the bloody football. Oh, lovely spin by Mateus Cunha. We've scored anyway. All right. Annoyed, but we still scored. So, fine. Doucouré is the first man over to celebrate with Mateus Cunha. He got there quick enough. Shame he didn't pay attention to the bloody football a moment ago. Otherwise, he could have been the one celebrating having scored a goal. Got the assist. Anyway, never mind. Lovely turn by Cunha. I thought I might have overrun it with that heavy touch, but he's buried it well. We lead by a goal to 0 at Bramall Lane. Nice tackle by Price. Forward to Phillips. Cunha. Where to go? Doucouré's there. And quickly through the gap. Looking for Shackleton. Would have been a lovely move, but didn't quite come off. Looking for the ball in behind here. And Callum Robinson does have the pace to damage me if they can find him. Price tried to step there. Oh, lovely 1-2. Keeps. Yes, Castro. Get to it again. Yes, Castro. Oh, no. I couldn't get it under control to play the pass. Castro's done wonderfully well. He'll be disappointed not to be able to hold on to it either time. And then when it does fall free to me, good stop there. Good stop there. And I tried to play the pass and Calvin Phillips has just rolled it away from him with his first touch, which has been so heavy that it's taken it straight into the path of Callum Robinson, who's just walked... Oh, it's Lis Mousset, who's just walked off and scored a goal. Open net. Couldn't miss. For fuck's sake, Calvin. Oh, 1-1. Out to Atal. Into Shackleton. Cunha's there. Tried to turn the defender the same way as they did for the goal, and it hasn't worked on this occasion. They worked that previous chance well, Sheffield United, just playing quick 1-2s. I couldn't quite cope with the way that they were quickly playing the ball from left to right. That's a decent delivery, and Phillips will do when to get on this, and he has done well to get on that, actually. Jared Bowen, oh God, just wouldn't get it under control. Struggling with players and their first touches at the minute. One's cost me a goal, one has cost me a throw that might lead to a second goal, and if they get the ball in here, they might well get it. And they have got the ball in here, and thankfully Calvin Phillips makes up for his previous error, because they might well have tucked that home with a header from 10 yards or so. It's going to be 1-1 at half-time, and we are going to have to be better in the second half. Corey out to Price. Racing onto it rapidly. Nice ball into Calvin Phillips. Corey eventually gets it under control. Cunha to Shackleton. Bit of footwork from Jamie maybe. Try and work something if we can. Looking for Cunha. Out of his feet. And the shot. Oh, and brilliantly finished. Driven hard and low into the bottom corner. We have our lead back. He's second of the game. Nice work by Jamie Shackleton. But Cunha still has a lot to do here with two defenders around him. In fact, runs towards the third before firing the ball in the bottom corner. That's a really nice goal. Don't score many like that as well, driven hard and low. I didn't even do the low driven. That's just the shot he came with, or came up with. Good finish, 2-1. Down the line nicely to a towel. Calvin Phillips is Shackleton. Big game against Everton coming up in the next one. Obviously that has connotations at the top of the table. Bowen turns nicely. Here's Decore. And Jamie Shackleton. Oh, no goal for him yet. Phillips with a good save. A towel back there. Oh, I tried the flick to try and get that to Decore, but couldn't do it. We get it to Calvin Phillips again. Yes, we can. Calvin. Oh, that's why I don't ever shoot with you, especially on your left foot. Shackleton across to Phillips. For Shackleton again. Decore. Not as mobile as he once was. Oh, it's a lovely turn by Cunha. Hat-trick maybe? No, good save. He's had a hat-trick in a simulated game recently. Not able to get in one in the played one yet, although there is still time. Luis Felipe on for Sheffield United now. Bowen brings that down well, and Shackleton could find a towel through here. And, oh, I needed to get a better first touch. Both kind of ended up at the ball at the same time. It was a 50-50 that I just couldn't win. And Cooper has intercepted that nicely. Maybe we could yet still get ourselves another goal. Oh, Jared Bowen's in. On his left. Please for 3. Yes, there we go. That's game done and dusted. That'll be 3 points for us. Block out all of the noise from the home fans. Leeds 3, Sheffield United 1. And he's pointing to the sky. We might well be going top sooner rather than later if Liverpool continue, after losing their first game since us, and only their second game of the season. If they continue to drop points now over this Christmas period, an opportunity might arise to take the top spot. Place we haven't been for a very long time. Definitely haven't stayed there for more than a week or two. The moments we were able to get there. Here's Luis Felipe. UAL. Liverpool 4-0 up against Southampton. Well, there goes any hope of them dropping any more points, at least on this match day. Christ. If anything, they're strengthening their position at the top of the table. We could definitely go clear of Everton if we win the third game of the episode. Or third played game of the episode. Fourth game total. And we will need to ensure we get 3 points here, though. It's 3. Oh, Castro. Don't do things like that. Otherwise, you will never be playing for me again once Miller's back. To be fair, he probably won't play for me again once Miller's back anyway. Because I'll send him on to raise some funds. But if he's decent, then we could keep him on for a little while. Loan him out, perhaps. See if he gets any better in a season's time or so. Maybe sell Miller on, because he'd be worth more. Stefan Engels certainly going nowhere, though, obviously. But a 3-1 win away from home against Sheffield United. Slightly nervy in the first half that we weren't going to get it. But solidified in the second. Liverpool get a win. Oh, I didn't actually check for Everton's score there. Hakimi. Team comes first. Morale is sky high, as is Cunha's. No surprise, though. 5 goals in his last 2 games. We have what it takes. We are continuing to keep the unbeaten run going. Everton next, and in fact we are already clear of Everton now by a little ways, and could pull away yet further We could go 6 points clear of third place here, although Manchester United will have something to say about that. They'll move into third of their own accord. But I'm not sure who Liverpool have, but the gap is still just 3 points. So if we can match Liverpool's results between now and the end of the season, I know it's a long way off, but if we can match their results between now and the end of the season and beat them the next time we play them, then we could win the league. We were only aiming for top 4 at the beginning of the season, but a league title challenge could very much be a thing. Let's go and beat Everton and keep that going. Everton's starting lineup. Pickford still in goal for them. Mania, Holgate, Hack and Digne. Miranchuk, Florentino, Gabama and Brekalo with Tammy Abraham and Moise Kean up top. That's as we expected them to line up, to be fair. Moise Kean has 15 goals in 18 games. Ben White again. Oh, Orland just gets to that. Do I go to Renato? Oh, Florentino tackles me. Too long making up my mind as to what to do. Ben White's won it back though. I'll make up my mind quickly here. We'll go for the shot. Oh! Make up your mind quickly with Orland from the edge of the box and make sure you finesse it. And it's going to go in the top corner. 1-0 Leeds. There you go in. That way. Okay. Brekalo. That's a dangerous ball. Win that please, Malacia. Thankfully, Tammy Abraham didn't quite read where that ball was going, so wasn't able to get himself in a better position. Otherwise, I'm certain he would have won that header against Malacia if it were just a straight 50-50 jump. Oh, he might be crossing the ball in himself here, Tammy. He is, and Hakimi should win that header. It's annoying that it doesn't actually matter what direction you hold when you press clear. They will just put it behind for a corner almost every single time. I want to clear the ball down the field, please. Go on, Renato. Long touch away from him. Tyler, make the run. Go on, Tyler. It's just on the shoulder and just offside. Digne down the line there to Brekalo. Hakimi's going to come across from right back. Try and deal with it. Doing well. Digne drops the shoulder nicely and then tries. Oh, Jesus, Luca. Please stop. Thank you. Brekalo delivered in. Keeper should get to that. Engel does. Win that. I can't, but thankfully Gabama's gone backwards. Digne to Gabama. Florentino. Gabama again. Engel saves. Needed to be made. I think that was just on target. Brekalo will deliver the ball into the middle. He's very tired. Oh, and he's missed it. Oh, because he was fouled. The ball ended up in the back of the net. Woof. That was close. Everton's players, I've only just noticed, Moise Kean is at like 40% stamina. Gabama has got a decent amount, but Brekalo is also tired as well. That's a terrible pass. So we might have come up against Everton at an opportune moment here. They are struggling for fitness with their squad. They must not have the depth that we have to deal with the number of fixtures they've been playing. And we've had extra cup games in there as well. And certainly we'll do in January too with the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Orland, I want to get it on your right, or on your left even. We'll give it to Saint-Maximin. Oh, it wouldn't let me change player till it fell to the Everton man. I was trying desperately to change to Tyler Roberts there to just try something acrobatic and get that into the back of the net for a second. Win that, Hakimi. Well done. We might well need a second against Everton, but we might be able to get it. Oh, it's just going to flick that through for Renato. We might have to wait until the second half to get it when their players really are dead on their feet, stamina-wise. Miranchuk is in the red already with like 30% stamina left here. There's still 10 minutes to go in this second half, in this first half even. We might be able to just grind them down, and then, provided they don't have a massive amount of talent off the subs bench, stamina should play a big part in this. And hopefully we'll come away with a good victory. Man United are 1-0 up against Arsenal, but nobody's surprised about that. I have a funny feeling Arsenal might be getting relegated in this save sooner rather than later. There's not really much I can do if they're not willing to sign a keeper, is it? It's completely out of my hands, I'm afraid. 3 minutes to go in this game. Miranchuk back to Moise Kean into the middle. Oh, 3 minutes to go in this first half, should I say, not in this game. Gabama! That's a very good goal. Well done, mate. Everton are level, and the goal has been coming for a little while now. Spectacularly done. That's a wonderful goal. Connor Adams spreading the play out to Saint-Maximin. Arsenal have equalised via the penalty spot at Old Trafford. They're in the relegation zone, and we expect them to get relegated, but they could be getting a decent result up north. Oh, as we too, hopefully, will get a decent result up north. Although we're already in the north. Home is in the north. So, viva la north. 2-1. Don't even know where I was going with that. intercepted. Paul from Brekalo. Oh, can't get past Hack though. You can get past Renato Sanchez though. Trying to ensure they aren't able to get through. But here they come. Tammy Moise-Kent. Gabama has already scored one good goal and has a second. I expect him to play the pass to one of the strikers. So I went to step that way to stop him from doing that. He saw me step and went back the other way. See me continue the run on there with Renato. So he's just spun on the spot and fired it home. Great finish. Not quite as acrobatic as his first, but the only 2 goals he scored all season. And of course, they come against me. They've pegged us back again, Everton, as Hakan Çalhanoğlu has come on for Brekalo. Really hoping that their lack of stamina does prove to be their undoing late in this game. Florentino picked off by Renato Sanchez. Tyler Roberts. No, oh, how can you misplace that pass? That is such an easy pass to play through that gap. And now Miranchuk's in behind, and we might be in trouble at the other end again. Ben White with the clearance. Gets that, Daniele can't. Miranchuk, Manea, Miranchuk again. Daniel Marlon trying to chase. Miranchuk again. Çalhanoğlu's turned well. Everton lead. Everton lead. Their substitute comes off the bench. And he's got one hell of a right foot, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. And he's proved it there. Thumping through it. He's on the edge of the box on his own. Terrible marking. Stepped in with Renato, couldn't get there. Oh. Gabama scores his first goal and second goal of the season at the end of December. And then Çalhanoğlu comes off the bench and scores his first goal of the season at the end of December. I can't quite believe this. They've got a striker that has scored 15 goals in 18 games and he's barely had an opportunity on goal all game. Yet they're players that haven't ever scored all season. Ruthless. Tammy down the line to Miranchuk. Tomori's trying to deal with it. Back to Tammy again. Miranchuk again. So that could be a corner. No, it's going to be a free kick in actual fact. It's come in from this inside. Moise-Kent has gone off now. Not sure who they're going to bring on in his place. It's Josh Sims, I think. Josh Sims is the only Sims I can think of. Oh, I just needed to try and turn then. Waste some time so I had support. And in the end, I wasn't able to get any. Lucadinha nicely down the line to Çalhanoğlu. And Abraham into the middle. Keep. No! Engel, please! It's not Josh Sims. That's definitely not Josh Sims. I was going to clear that with the defender. B, you're unchallenged. Stefan, what are you doing? I've praised him so far this season for holding on to stuff like that. He's gifted Everton the 100% certain victory here. I had time to score 1. I don't have time to score 2. 4-2 Everton. They're going to draw level with me. And we're going to go further away from Liverpool at the top of the table. I can't quite believe it. This was a winnable game. And we were in front twice. Unreal. Liverpool will undoubtedly win their game on this match day. And we'll find ourselves... Oh, get it out your feet, Tyler. When I press pass, please. And undoubtedly, we'll find ourselves further away from the top. I was hoping, even halfway through this episode, that this was going to turn into a title-challenging season. And then, in the space of 90 minutes, I'm starting to lose faith again. Liverpool won by 3-0 away from home against Aston Villa. Our unbeaten run... you can prove me wrong. Our unbeaten run comes to an end. Oh, I'm not sure how many games it was in the end that we were unbeaten. It was a hell of a long time. A good lesson for us. Orlan was great. Scored 2 very good goals, but we're still second on goal difference ahead of Everton. But the gap to Liverpool is now 6 points again. And we 5th place Chelsea to start the episode tomorrow. So looking forward to that. Has the FA Cup been drawn yet? It has with Huddersfield Town. I can reliably simulate that, I think. And then play the semi-final against Liverpool. That's really frustrating. Let's take the wind out of my sails, that one. Anyway, we shall end the episode and the month here. We'll advance to the Chelsea game to see if anything happens on the 1st of January, which I don't think it's going to. Unless it's a training injury, which would affect the way that we go into the transfer window, I guess. Eventually, it will tick over into the new year, and we'll be able to end the video. No training injury, thankfully. Jared Bowen wants to play, and you will play, I'm certain of it, because my first team are going to be shattered. So the second string team, this is where we struggled last year, and hopefully we won't struggle this year. I've, again, on muscle memory and instinct, gone into the pre-match press conference. We scored 3 goals against Chelsea. They can learn from their mistakes. They were poor against us last time. I might just make sure that they play their best possible starting lineup for this next game and don't play Milinkovic-Savic at left back, etc. But that's for tomorrow's episode. We'll also have a look at who is going to be available on a pre-contract for next season in tomorrow's episode as well. And there are a number of good names on that list. I'll see you then.